Jim, we have a very important topic to talk about this week.
Whoa.
It's all about you. In fact, it's Yuletide.
Light from Lantern presents Knit a Spell. I'm Magical Maker, Katie Rempe.
And I'm the maker of magic, James Devine.
Join us as we stitch together the symbiotic relationship between crafting
And the craft. Whoa, what does that mean?
It means we're going to return to the idea of self-care, taking care of you. You'll take care of yourself this time. Yes.
It's not you-tide, it's me-tide.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
How was your holiday?
You know what? I went to Florida, so it was warm. I don't love traveling with my dog, but I did it anyway, and it was worth it. She gets pissed every time we come back to the cold, frozen north, but she enjoys the warm Florida vacationing while we're there.
I just want to be the person on your flight attendant that's like, ma'am, you have pancakes on your laps. You have pancakes on your lap.
That's right. And it's licking your face? That's strange. Yes.
You spilled pancakes all over your lap.
Oh, that would be terrible.
For you all who don't know, her dog's name is Pancakes.
Oh,
not
that's
one.
Right.
Not one pancake.
No.
It's a full stack.
She is the entire stack.
Little tiny chihuahua.
Yep, a little chub of pancakes. But she wears it well, yes. So
she's cute.
So that's what we did. How about you?
I am talking to you from New Orleans because we said see you later, and we're in NOLA. So
yes,
yeah.
Get out of here. I love that.
Yeah, so we're in New Orleans.
All right,
not in Seattle for Christmas. So it's so great.
Oh, well, see, good ideas must spread. You were in the warmth. I was in the warmth. Now you're still in the warmth, and I'm jealous. Good. You know, I actually find that you enjoy it more when you're not currently in it.
You can be jelly. It's fine.
I know that we're both excited to get into some ideas about how people can discover treating themselves again. You know, we're coming off the holiday season where, you know, we're trying to help others and make sure their time is really extra special. But like, how do we turn it back onto ourselves?
I mean, this is the thing. We just gave a lot of ourselves over this holiday. I mean, that's what it's about. It's all about the season of giving and thinking about other people. That's important. There's a really important idea to this. The spirit of the holiday, the spirit of Yuletide, the spirit of Christmas. What is Santa? Santa is that spirit of giving. And there's something really meaningful about that. And am I balanced? Did I balance myself with self-care? Did I overdo it in giving? Did I give of myself so much that I didn't give time enough to myself? How is that balance going? So this episode is all about me-tide. How does the tide that goes out for you come back to me? We are totally bastardizing the actual meaning of Yuletide, but just bear with us and let's talk about it.
Just go with us on this. Yes.
You deserve some time for yourself. What does self-care even mean? I mean, self-care, oftentimes we think about that bubble bath with floating rose petals and copious amounts of chocolate, maybe some red wine.
Music, yeah.
Convincing ourselves that red wine has enough antioxidants that it's healthy for us.
Just like chocolate, yes, correct.
Yeah, just like the chocolate the dark chocolate we're going to eat.
Right, yeah. Oh, so healthy.
I think self-care is also that walk outside that is good for us to take, even though we don't really want to.
Yep.
Right. I think it's also that like salad, that spinach and blueberry salad with a little bit of goat cheese that we're going to eat. That's going to make us feel invigorated.
Full of good energy and not just short-lived sugar energy from all the cookies that are left over.
And the and the chocolate that is not really dark chocolate, but I ate it anyway.
It's close enough, right?
Let's talk about like different ideas on how we can take a break and treat ourselves.
Well, one of the staggering statistics I was surprised to learn were the number of unused gift cards every year. Like, number one, if I can offer a priority for anyone this year, it's if you received gift cards, use them. Like, don't just plan to use them, but actually use them. And like many cases, online is an option now. Don't just let that be like, dollars in their pocket without having to do anything. Use it, utilize it.
Yeah, it's a psychological issue. There are so many articles. Google why gift cards aren't used or unused gift cards. When you Google search that term, you'll see copious amounts of articles from Psychology Today or from other psychological reasons on people don't use gift cards. That's why stores are happy to sell them, because they know that a certain percentage of them don't get used. It's an immediate 20% markup, right? Oh. It's fascinating and unfortunate. I know this because I sell gift cards, and it bothers me. It bothers me that people buy gift cards and then a certain percentage of them are not used. Please, if you bought a gift card, if you received a gift card as a gift, I invite you to use it.
Yeah.
And think about the gift cards that are abundance that you've received as a gift. One of the amazing authors that I listen to talks about this is associated with a sense of worthiness. We don't feel worthy of the self-care or of the gift that we receive in the form of a gift card. Maybe we receive a gift card for a massage or for a facial, and we don't prioritize those things because at the heart of it, there's maybe an unworthiness thing going on, right? Something to really get a little real about. I have that with gift cards of massage that I haven't used, where I wonder if I feel like I'm not worthy of a massage. And they sit there.
Is that what you think perhaps happens also with people who purchase palmistry gift cards? Maybe there's like the fear, even though they were brave enough to get it or ask for it.
Well, maybe they didn't buy it. They didn't buy it. They just received it. And it feels like something free. So it isn't really a loss if they don't use it.
Oh man, the brain is so wild like that, right?
So you didn't really pay for it, so it isn't really a loss. It's a very interesting concept.
Okay.
So I really think about those gift cards in your drawer, those gift cards that are sitting there, those gift certificates that are sitting there. This is actual real money. This is actually something that you can utilize.
Yeah.
Use them. That's a gift for yourself.
Yes. It's free money, people. Get the things you want. It's probably just a place you have an interest in.
It's also something deeper. It's deeply meaningful. You are worthy of those things.
Yes, exactly. Allow yourself to enjoy them. And like you said, a long bath is also a great way to treat yourself while also ruminating about what you might want to spend your gift certificate money on.
Yeah, you just came out of what for many people was a stressful holiday season during year number 2 of the pandemic.
It's triage all the time.
Regardless of whether you were successful in navigating holiday during the pandemic, there's a level of stress. And how many of us are actually taking a long cleansing bath to wash away that holiday stress? Yeah. Maybe that's something we can do. And if you haven't been able to do that, I want to invite you to do that. Did you get a little bottle of bath salts, of scented herbs or something that you haven't used 3 years ago? Just like that gift card. There's also that little bottle of pretty bath salts or something.
Oh, you got that bath bomb. Yeah. I was thinking that.
You have that bath bomb.
It's too pretty to use. Don't use that excuse.
Or that sitting under your thing because it smells so good and you haven't used it, or you just haven't decided to scour the tub to actually take a bath.
Yep. Or it's for that special occasion that may never come. I mean, come on. That could be today. The occasion is you're living right now.
Today is December 29th. Today's the day to scour your tub. That is self-care. There's nothing better. Remember Auntie Cindy Toto when she was on our episode a while back? She said, if you really want to cleanse, if you want to get rid of something in your life, clean that toilet. Well, you know what else you could do? Scour that tub. And as you're rinsing that cleanser away, you imagine all your cares going down that drain, and you rinse it a second time to get the grit out. you get to fill that tub with hot water, set up some candles, put that bath bomb in there, float a couple petals. Oh, what an amazing slip into that tub. Oh, yes.
I want that. It's sounding delightful.
I'm going to do
actually.
it now.
Yeah, right? Very inspiring.
It is a solitary activity, right, Katie?
Yes, it is. Much like the hermit card. It's a perfect time to hermit. Be the hermit. It's a great way, again, to refill your cup by just sort of disconnecting yourself from everything. If you're into like cord cutting, this is a great time to, practice some of that too. You maybe have some family that have just left that you kind of still feel the residual energy from. The bath is sort of easing it out of you. And then your mind visually cutting the ties could be the other half, while you're in there. Anything you can do, again, to just help you renew. It's all about renewing because we're coming up on a new year. So it's almost, in my eyes, like a Mercury in retrograde sort of energy. You want to kind of reflect. You kind of want to renew, refresh, see things with new eyes, and then come to make your resolution, which also starts with RE.
Yeah, it's at denouement. We have this week in between Christmas and New Year's, which is a collective time of quiet, of peace, of chill. There's many businesses that are closed this week. Many people have the week off. It's just a quieter time. And if we can stop with the gift returning, stop with the continued pressures to get into consumerism, turn the TV off, turn off our little light boxes we carry around with us in our pockets, just chill and have a mindful walk in nature and, refill our cup from nature, from our alone time. This is what a beautiful time if you're lucky enough to live somewhere where it snows, to walk in the snow, right? If you're fortunate enough to be somewhere where it's warm and sunny, go for a walk outside and enjoy. Or if it's rainy, get out that umbrella and put on your parka and
just embrace it.
Yeah, embrace it.
You can walk in the rain when you're fully prepared. It's actually really delightful. I do it all the time with the dog. Otherwise, we'd never walk in the winter.
I think that's one of the beauties of having a dog.
It sure is.
You are going to get outside and learn how to be in nature because the dog's got to go.
That's right. When nature calls, that's part of the saying.
Your living room is not a good substitute for that tree outside.
No. You'll quickly remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So why, Katie? Why do we want to do this now?
Well, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break. How about that?
Okay, we can.
All right. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Hey, Knit a Spell listeners, are you looking for a magical accessory to add to your making or magical toolkits? Well, guess what? We have the perfect merchandise for you from your favorite podcast, Knit a Spell. The front of each bag includes our logo so that you can tell everyone that you're a fan of the best podcast that includes magic and making in the entire world that I'm currently aware of. If you're a maker, you'll especially love the magical sigil I've put on the back of the large drawstring bag, which will help you notice any mistakes in your project sooner than you might expect. The back of the smaller zip bag has inspiring notions to help get your creative juices flowing, and is made from a sturdy fabric to house sharp things like scissors, needles, and more. Both of our Knit a Spell bags are available exclusively at makersmercantile.com. And while you're there, feel free to check out all the amazing making materials they have for knitting, crochet, and more.
And we are back. Sorry for the cliffhanger, everybody, but now we are ready to reveal the why.
Why would we do self-care?
Well, because it's the ride of the collective energy for the new year, right?
I think that there's something to be said for, like, there's two things. The New Year's resolutions, I'm so over it. It puts a lot of pressure on us that's not maybe so helpful. But I think there's another side, which is, well, there is this push. There is a wave of collective consciousness around like the new year. And we can sort of embrace this newness of the year, and it's a fresh start, a clean slate. So there is a collective energy that we can ride at our own way, like embrace it yourself and say, okay, this is a psychological moment to say, I'm going to renew myself.
The perfect time to reset your mind frame from gifting to others, like we've been saying, to gifting for yourself, including, but not limited to, like the literal things you are making again. You went through a month or several months if you're plan ahead to making things for other people. And now in theory, those are done. And so what are your hands busy doing? Well, why not use this time to embrace making something for yourself? If you're like me, you've probably seen a few new designs or something that have come out where you're like, oh, I wish I could make that for me, but I'm making for others right now, so it has to be put on the back burner. This is a great time to revisit those things and see, what could you make for yourself? Even if it's just something small to get your energy back into it. I know I sometimes will go on long knitting breaks and having like a hat project to introduce myself back into it, something quick and easy to accomplish, makes me feel more energized to then tackle a bigger project.
That's right. Yeah. I love that you're doing something for yourself. And this also gets back to what we were talking about in the first half, which is around your worthiness. You're worth it. You're worth doing something for yourself. If you're stuck in that pattern of always, I'm only ever motivated to do something for someone else, can you get motivated to do something for yourself? And can that be something where you're embracing that you are worthy? You are a child of the divine, that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of embracing that for yourself. That's a huge part of self-care.
And even if you don't buy into the woo aspects of certain things that we talk about,
you wouldn't be listening otherwise.
That's a good point. You can also consider, picturing yourself as your best friend. This is an exercise I do with myself a lot. You wouldn't necessarily do things for yourself that you would tell your best friend to do, right? You're going to tell them, take the time for yourself, enjoy it, don't feel guilty about it. But can we do the same things for ourselves?
Yeah, even if you have to kind of kick your ass on it to help, like, if you're used to abusing yourself, well, then go ahead and abuse yourself with love. Like, come on, dummy, get your ass up.
Use yourself with love. Yes. Hey there, you perfect thing. Get your delicious ass up and do stuff.
Do something take that beautiful bubble bath.
Yes.
You deserve it, silly.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
So funny. One of the things that I have done in the past that I think is a really cool thing as a gift idea for yourself is to embrace this new year, new you idea. And certainly I've done this collectively, like bunch of gal pals or all kinds of friends get together and we have like, okay, we have a friend who does acupuncture. We have another friend that does like, maybe they're repping like a skincare line and they have a bunch of samples of something. Maybe there's another friend that is a massage therapist. Maybe there's another friend like me who does palmistry or divination. And so everyone gets together and shares samples, not the full thing, but little samplers of all of their stuff. And we kind of do a little like New Year, New You party, right? Everyone brings a bottle of wine or whatever to drink. And we go around and the massage therapist does quick little like, hand massage or a little temple massage. The acupuncturist does a little like needle stick somewhere for something. The person that's repping the skincare line or whatever gives little samples or shows how they use them. It's super fun. And then I do quick little like one thing readings. And then everyone gets to sample, like there's a little nosh or little like munchies and wine and talking. Mostly it's super fun and just a little refresh. That's a really fun thing to do.
Oh, so fun.
I think that's a fun thing to organize, just like with a bunch of pals. But one of the other things to do is to do a little more ritualistic thing. Get a bunch of people together or just do this for yourself, which is if you have, some people only have like one tarot deck. And there's sometimes you get a tarot deck and you're like, I love it's kind of meh.
These are
right?
fine. Yeah.
These are fine.
Yeah.
You can actually, here's a great use for that. Shuffle that deck up, get 12 envelopes. Get pretty envelopes. And on each of the envelopes, write each of the 12 zodiac signs or each of the 12 months.
There you go.
Shuffle up your deck and just start dealing out 3 cards and put them into each of the envelopes and seal them up.
Ooh.
Put them in a stack, meditate on them, put energy into them, and put them into a little box or something. Every month or every astrological season, you open up that envelope and you do a reading with those 3 cards. That's your reading for this astrological or this month that gives you insight into what's up.
I love this idea. I'm like reeling with like, oh, you could do a set for like your business, and then you could do a set for your personal life. You could do a set for your like making life. So many ideas. Great idea.
You don't even have to wait. You could actually do this in advance. You could do a reading for each of these in advance and set up a journal where you put that reading at the top of the page for each of the months. If it's better if it's in a journal where you can move the pages, because then you can have that at the start of each of the months or at the start of each of the astrological seasons so that you can reflect on, hey, or at the end of the month or at the end, so that like, oh, I got these 3 cards and I'm going to reflect on that at the beginning of the month, beginning of January. And then at the end of January, I'm going to look back and be like, how did those 3 cards play out this month? Like that's another way to sort of plan your year from a divinatory perspective.
If you're one that loves creative confines, this is a great way to offer yourself some, Yeah. Ooh. Oh, yes, Jim. I will be doing this for sure. Doing that with any sort of your divination tactics, whether it's, doing runes, throwing bones, doing palms. I mean, I think you could probably make it work for anything. I mean,
don't package up 12 hands. That would be that would be in the realm of, I'm going to call the cops on you.
But I mean, what if they're like baby doll hands? And, maybe that's weird. Never mind. All right. Don't do hands.
Yeah.
Do drawings or something. That'd be better.
Yeah. You could do automatic writing. You could do meditative writing. You could do bibliomancy and just, which is where you open up a book, write a passage, close it up in an envelope, read that, every month. I love doing that with with like poetry books or like Khalil Gibran or like other sort of like really cool esoteric or poetry type of books, and write a passage that you just sort of open up to 12 times. Like there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do from divinatory perspective.
The options are limitless. Oh, that's part of the fun. Well,
I love divination.
Speaking of divination, should we do our weekly oracle card draw?
Shall we divine a little bit right now? What deck do you want to use?
Ooh, well, I mean, I was going to go for the Stitcher's Oracle deck, but
the Stitcher's Oracle is cool.
We could do a different one if you wanted. What do you think?
What do we got? What do I have? Okay, there is this very cool Oracle deck. I want to switch it up. I want to pick one.
Yes, please. Don't let those things sit there rent-free. Make them work.
Viator Somanarium.
Oh.
This is an Oneiromancy deck by Stephanie Alia, also known on Instagram as Echaim Productions. She is the one who did the Gothmancy Tarot.
Ooh.
And this is a deck all about dreams.
Ooh, I love it. Yes.
So it's in this like really cool magnetic box.
Ooh,
and you open it up. It's very, very cool.
Ooh.
So this is a dream deck. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams? Who looks inside awakes? The person who looks outside dreams. The person who looks inside awakes. That's Carl Jung.
Well, of course it is. This guy has been following me all week, just by the way.
So it's got this little booklet, this
Yes.
great little booklet on this, right?
Love it.
And it's got a fabulous
Ooh, yes, shiny
foiled
hollow.
edge.
Yes.
So yeah, this is the back.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, this deck is legit. So, all right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ooh, yes, flip. I love
Okay.
that. I can't wait. All right.
You ready?
Let's see it.
Fascinating.
Ooh. Ooh, the maze. Interesting.
The maze. See the little bedroom?
It's cute. Like an ant farm almost.
Yeah, it reminds me of an ant farm.
That's funny because to ants, they know how to get everywhere. It's not a maze. But to an outside looker, you might think, what the heck? And so for me, this card kind of makes me think like, you need to get your shit together. You need to get organized so you can see the roadmap, or at least make your roadmap and understand it more. What do you think, Jim?
I think the maze talks about like the need for mental clarity. I think this is about like what you're talking about is to add on to that. I think there's something being called for here, which is you need, it's not a maze to the ants because the ants are used to it. But for you, like you need the mental clarity to remember where everything goes and how it happens. This is why self-care is so important. If you feel like you're stuck in a maze, if you feel like you're confused around the ins and outs of everything that's happening, and there's too many options and rooms and passageways and confusion, now's the time to find that mental clarity and to focus it's not focus. It's letting go of many of the options and all the rooms that you don't need to visit to be here and now and simplify.
Yes.
Right? Turn your maze into a labyrinth of meditation instead of a maze of confusion.
Ooh, flip the script. Yes, I love that. And I mean, all of those rooms in that maze seem to have doors. You just have to choose to use them to escape, right?
Yeah.
I love this. It's a perfect, really culmination of our week. Kind of a be here now, sort of a feeling.
Be here now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of my dad's favorite sayings. Used to drive me nuts, but now I totally get it.
Be here now.
Yeah. Be here now.
Here's the second card I pulled as what would come of it.
Hope.
Just hope.
There you go. When
So
you
I love
relax and let go, hope floats. Yes.
So I love these cards. I encourage everyone to check out Echaim Productions on Instagram. And again,
We'll link
this
it
is
in our show notes too.
Show notes. Pretty awesome deck.
Beautiful. I love the artwork.
Thank you, Stephanie, for sending that to me. And we'll have to have her on as a guest. She's a tremendous human.
Yes, please. We're coming for you. Awesome. Well, as always, an excellent episode. I appreciate you being here with me, Jim.
I appreciate you, Katie.
Yay.
And if you would like to learn why, one of the many reasons I appreciate Katie so much, just visit lightfromlantern.com and check her out. Patterns to knit, newsletters to subscribe to, genius to read.
Oh, stop.
She's so cool.
Well, it takes one to know one, as you know. You can find all sorts of cool modern mudras and gift certificate options, or redeem your gift certificates at thedivinehand.com, where you can find Jim. And of course, on his Instagram, Divine Hand Jim. Duh.
That's me, Divine Hand Jim.
That's right.
Thanks everyone for listening to our fabulous podcast. And it wouldn't matter if you weren't listening. So thank you.
That's right. Yes. And to everyone, I believe this is our last episode of the year of 2021. So
that's true.
Happy New Year. Hey.
Happy New Year.
Hey. All right, everybody. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and we'll see you in 2022.
See you next year.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And don't forget, new episodes of Knit a Spell are conjured every Wednesday. Learn more at knitaspell.com and follow our Instagram page at Knitaspell. If you have a quick second to support the show, feel free to drop us a review on iTunes or share this with a friend. Jim and I appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you next week.